Hi, 7th grade. So the first thing that we're going to do today is go through this worksheet from last week. I will also just put this on Google Classroom if you just want to check to see if your answers are correct. If you need more of an explanation, you can continue listening. So with this is crosses involving one trait. So it's either going to be dominant or recessive. In this first section, it asks you to write the correct genotype next to the description. From last week, we know that the genotypes are the letters or the alleles. So anytime you see the word heterozygous, you know that that's going to be a capital and a lowercase. In this case, it's heterozygous green. So you look at pod color, green, and they use the letter G, so it's going to be capital lowercase. The next one is homozygous tall. We know that homozygous is two of the same, so it's either going to be two capital or two lowercase. So we need to look at the traits. This says tall, so we look here to see where it says tall, and tall is dominant, so it's two capitals. The next one says short, just short. It doesn't say homozygous or heterozygous. So the first thing we need to look, is it dominant or recessive? And it happens to be recessive. Anytime a trait is recessive, it is going to be two lowercase letters. So that's why they didn't feel the need to put homozygous short, because it's just assumed. So that's why it is lowercase, lowercase. Heterozygous round, again, heterozygous, capital lowercase. Wrinkled is recessive, lowercase, lowercase. Homozygous brown, brown is dominant, so capital, capital. Yellow is recessive, so lowercase, lowercase. Homozygous round, capital, capital. Heterozygous brown, capital, lowercase. White, lowercase, lowercase. Homozygous green, capital, capital. And heterozygous tall, capital, lowercase. Then the next ones, it says, for the following crosses, draw a Punnett square and write the percent of the genotype and the percent of the phenotype. These first four give you the alleles. So all you have to do is write one parent up here, one parent over here, and fill it in. When you're finding the genotypes and phenotypes, remember each box is 25%. So we have capital, capital, and capital lowercase as the options. Those are the only two that we see in this box. And because there's two of each, it's 50% capital, capital, 50% capital lowercase. For the phenotype, anytime there's a capital in the box, it's going to have the dominant trait no matter what. So in this case, R, we need to look back up here. R is round, so it's either going to be round or wrinkled. And because there's a capital in each box, it's going to be 100% round. If you wanted to add 0% wrinkled, you could do that as well. So as we go down here, again, a parent here and a parent here. And it doesn't matter which parent you do on the top or the side, but when you are filling it out in the middle, you will need to put the capital first. Okay, let's take a look at 3, because there's a lot of options for 3. With 3, you have 3 different examples of different genotypes. So you have capital, capital, capital lowercase, and lowercase, lowercase. There are 2 squares that have the capital lowercase, so that's going to be 50% of that, 25% capital, capital, 25% lowercase, lowercase. Then when looking at the phenotype, you're going to look at how many boxes have the capital letter, and 3 of the boxes have the capital letter, so that's going to be the dominant trait, so 75%, and then 1 box doesn't have a capital, so 2 lowercases, so that's where it's going to have the recessive trait. Number 4 is similar in that sense, where it has the 3 options, and then 25% dominant, or 25% dominant, 25% recessive. No, sorry, 75% dominant, 25% recessive, sorry. These next 4, you're actually going to have to use your vocabulary words. So make sure that you have the correct parents. So 2 heterozygous green plants, so it's going to be capital, lowercase, capital, lowercase. A homozygous green plant is going to be capital, capital, and a heterozygous green plant, capital, lowercase. Homozygous tall and homozygous short, capital, 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 lowercase. And then a white plant is going to be lowercase, lowercase, and then heterozygous brown, capital lowercase. So take a look through this, see if your answers match mine, and then let me know if you have any questions.